Welcome to second video or part 2 of the video where we'll be discussing about dollar index and its components. Before we go into that, I always tell this in my video that two things we have to understand. One is that the dollar index and its components. What are the components? Three components we discussed. One is that Euro USD, second is that GBP USD, last is that USD JPY. If you see the relationship, dollar index and Euro USD and GBP USD has an inverse relationship, whereas dollar index and USD JPY has direct relationship, which is why we talk when we discuss, first we discuss dollar index, then USD JPY, then we discuss immediately for one type of candle, that is weekly. If you take, we discuss Euro USD and GBP USD. Lastly, we discuss USD INR, though it is not part of the dollar index. So these are the two things one has to know before we go into that. Let's go into the details. Dollar index for this week, it closed at 105.832, 1.7% up this week. For this year, it is already up 4.8%. That's a sizable percentage, I would say, because these indices and all will not go up or down significantly. Euro USD, it closed at 1.0642, 1.8% down this week. GBP USD closed at 1.2450, 1.5% down this week. USD JPY up 1.1%. In fact, it touched a new high. USD JPY crossed the earlier high. In fact, the 153 levels it touched. USD INR 83.54, 0.3% up this week. Overall, USD JPY is up 8.7%. So that's the weakest link amongst the three components that are part of dollar index that we discussed, right? So what happened this week? Last week, if you recollect, last week in my video, I had said that the previous week it formed a spinning top in an uptrend, and last week again it formed a spinning top with a long upper wick. I had said that normally it is a continuation pattern because it has taken out decisively not decisively, it has taken out the 50 week, hence the 50 week will act as a support. Because it acted as a support, dollar index bounced from there and it took support like a springboard and decisively crossed the 100 week simple moving average and 100 week exponential moving average, which was acting as a resistance. That means in the weekly chart it has formed a very big green candle and it is above the Bollinger upper band. So when we analyze the USD JPY, I had said that last week, though it is doji, it is of a continuation pattern. It formed a identical pattern as that of dollar index, forming a solid green candle. Then what the other two components would have formed? They have formed an identical but in the opposite direction. It's a inverse relationship, I told, right? Wastro-Nastro kind of thing. What happened last week? It had formed a solid green candle and engulfed, but it was touching the key resistance level. But this week it formed a solid, when I say it means Euro USD and USD JPY both formed a solid red candle, big red candle, and closed below the Bollinger lower band. So it's something now very significant, and the only level that is available now is for Euro USD is the 100 week, while USD JPY it is the 50 week that is available as a the 100 week is available as a defense. So it's a significant fall that had happened. All three components fell against USD, which is why dollar index is moving significantly. When we go to the monthly chart to analyze what happened, last month it had formed a I never use the word hanging man. If you I would request people to go and see that. I had said that a doji kind of a thing with a long lower leg. There is a difference between hanging man, hammer, and a doji with a long lower leg. Okay. So now this month till now it has formed a solid big green candle. Same is the case with USD JPY. It is on a significant up move. Because these two are significant up move, Euro USD last month it had formed a doji with a long upper wick, and the previous month also it has formed a doji. This month it had formed a solid red candle till now. The same is the story for GBP USD. In the daily chart, it's on a decisive up move, dollar index, and USD JPY is also moving up and it is near the upper band. Whereas in the case of dollar index, the upper band is broken out and it is riding along the Bollinger Upper Band. That's a delight to watch. If that happens, riding on the upper band, Euro USD and USD JPY, Euro USD and GBP USD are sliding down along the Bollinger lower band. It formed a solid red candle in the last 3 days, all these two indices. So that's how the structure is. So dollar index is in a good up move. In fact, the moment it takes last year's high, you will have significant up move coming in. But immediately, because it has made such an up move, bears will once again make an attempt to break below the 100 week it has taken out recently. If that is held by bulls, then the up move will continue. That's what it is. Now let's go into USD INR. USD INR this week, last week it formed a doji near the Bollinger upper band. The upper wick touched the upper band and came down and formed a inverted hammer kind of a thing. Normally this is a continuation pattern, which I said. It formed a solid green candle this week, touching the Bollinger upper band in the weekly chart. In the monthly chart, last month it had formed a solid green candle. Till now it has formed a spinning top. As I have been telling for many weeks or even many months, because since August, September 2023 onwards, I have been telling that USD INR pair is forming a consolidation. So how it is forming a consolidation? Why it is forming a consolidation? Because in the monthly chart it is moving in a very narrow range. The Bollinger upper, middle and lower bands are converging, and what we call it as a band squeeze is happening. Normally, if a band squeeze happens, a breakout is imminent. The breakout can be either on the upward side or on the downward side, but the way it is positioned and structured, and it has decisively taken out all the simple moving averages and exponential moving averages in the daily, weekly and all time frames, the breakout on the upward direction is imminent. So if in this year it can happen, if in this year also, when I say in this year, we have another 8 months for this year, if it consolidates, take it from me, 2025 there will be a significant breakout, and easily 15% correction can come, where INR will lose that much value in 2025. That's what it is if further consolidation happens. Thank you very much.